everybody, Lewis here, Rshackbbq and other things. So today we're out here in the Rshack testing facility, and we're gonna do a cook. We're gonna do some beef ribs. I've never done beef ribs, but I'm gonna give it a try. Now these are not dinosaur ones, these are just regular beef ribs. But what I'm gonna do with this, I got a Weber, got some charcoal going back here. Not sure if you can see the smoke yet. I can feel the heat a little bit. Anyway, I got the chimney in there and they're starting up the coals. So let me bring you in a little closer. Okay, that's better. I like to be up close and personal. Anyhow, it might be a hair too close. Ooh. Let's try this right there. Perfect. So what I've done is I have picked up a BBQ DX2 fan, and I have it already hooked up to the Weber. I'll show you that. But we're going to use this to control the temperature of our Weber grill. Got my slow and sear in there, and we'll just use it. I'm also going to monitor it with my new smoke 2-channel. We'll monitor the pit temp and the meat temp, and we'll do the same thing with the DigiQ, and we'll do up these beef ribs. We're shooting for a temp of about, I'm going to say 260 will be the nominal temperature that I want to set at. Right now I have the bottom vents all the way open, and we'll probably close those up. And then we'll have the top vent open probably halfway, just to let out the excess heat. We'll also put some drunk chunks, oak whiskey barrel chunks in here for our smoke and add a little flavor. So let me show you how I have the Weber set up, and then we'll go and we'll season up these beef ribs, and then we'll get them on here. Probably let them go a couple hours, see how tender they are, see what they look like, temp them. If need be, we'll wrap them in foil and let them go a little bit longer. So let's get into this. All right now it just looks a wiring mess because I'm letting the coals come up to temp. You can see there's my fan. I have it right there directly under my slow and sear. We'll see how that works out. And then once these coals are going, we'll get them dumped in there, put some oak wood chunks. So this little magnetic stand is for the DigiQ. Kind of goes on there like that. So we'll just put that like that. We'll hook up the wires, we'll plug it in, and we'll get her going. Then we'll have to figure out, I'll probably just leave this on this stool here and let it just ride right there during this temp comparison, I guess you would call it. Here you see I've got my all my leads running in. I've got my little port cover. I'll have a link to that video if you want to see it. You can see here I've got the big port cover on here, but since I have the fan in there, the port is open. So all right, that's how it's set up. We'll get in and get seasoning these beef ribs. Can't forget about our whiskey chunks, oak barrel whiskey chunks here. Put in about 4 of them. I'm just going to put a little drip pan in here. Catch any of the drippings, something like that. This is the connector for the pit temp for the DigiQ. We're just going to set it over here somewhere. Do this. Something like that. the DigiQ stuff plugged in. Let's see what this one is. This is the meat probe, so it goes in the food connector. There. Which means this is your fan. This is plugged in here, blower. So that's plugged in. Okay, as soon as you power it on, there it goes. Okay. So we want to set the pit. We're setting it at 260. Right now it's at 68, it's reading. Let's get this back on here. See if we can get this to stay where we can see it. Nice to fall down there. Right now we're gonna get the lid on here. We're gonna leave it about 3/4 to start out till it gets up to temp. And we'll go from there. Okay, here are our beef ribs, you can see. Nicely done. I think I paid a little over $20 for this. Sorry, I don't remember how much poundage it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip them over like this first, and I'm gonna use Worcestershire sauce as kind of a binder on these. We'll get some of this going, like so. And then I just have a black peppercorn seasoning. Beef really likes just salt and pepper. So we'll just get this seasoned up here, like so. I'm just gonna put a little bit on this fat bone side. And then over here, let's get it on the front here. Try not to make too much of a mess. It's not working out very well though, is it? All right, we're gonna call that good. Put that there. We're gonna flip them over. Bam. Let's do this side. Get a bit of Worcestershire sauce on them. Doesn't that look good? Take our seasoning. Something like that. All right, so we're gonna just let this sit and kind of meld into the meat for a bit and get the coals up. We go with bone side towards the heat for right now. Let's get that one about like that. There's the other rack. Just get it somewhere like that. We'll just let them ride for a little while. So we're going to let them go for about a half hour, then we'll come out and put the probes in them, see how they do then. Okay, so we've got the DigiQ picking up at 280 and the smoke running about 267. A little variance, but it could be because the smoke is farther away from the actual heat source. So let us go ahead and put in the probes in the meat, one in each of them, and we'll see what they're running. Quincy, go. Oh yeah, look at those. Oh my. I'm gonna have to get you in closer to this one. Look at that. Yeah, these are looking fabulous. Let's try to get our probes in here. So this one is for the DigiQ. So let's just take it. Figure out a good way to do this. So I think the bone, hopefully. So we're going to put that one like that. Cover back up. We want it to read 200. Put that at 200. So both of them are right up there. But we're getting close, folks. I don't know if I'm going to wrap these or not. They're both looking so good. You can see where we're running at on the smoke. It says we're at 270, 193 internal. On the DigiQ, it says the meat is at 208. Let's see what it says. The pit is pit temp of 242, 241, and the fan is running right now. So let's take a look at this meat. Quick look at it. Oh, look at those. Man, look really good. Look at that bone in the back. Okay, let's get these off here. Throw those out of the way. Delicious looking. This crust is amazing on these. Look at that. And just look at that. Look how juicy those look. Let's try a bite of this smoked beef rib. It looks so good. Oh yeah, delicious. That is so good. Look at those. Look at those. Well, you just look at that. Bam. Okay, let's recap this. So you saw what I did there. I seasoned these up with that cracked peppercorn. Picked this up at the local grocery store. Really, really good on beef. And then I used the BBQ from BBQ Gurus to control the temperature of the pit. That went really well. I'm surprised. That worked out really well. Compared it with the ThermalWorks smoke, and there was a little variance between the two, but it could be just where I had the probes at. You know, I let these go. I tried to cook between, I wanted to go 260, but it was running closer to 280, 290. So I let it just go in between 270 and 300. I put it on there at when it hit that temperature. So I put the beef ribs on and just kind of kept watching. I did add a little more charcoal, probably 2.5 hours in, and these were on the Weber kettle for 3 hours. And this is what we got. I let them go till they reached about 195. The DigiQ said 200. I think it showed 208 as an internal temp. The other one said like 192, so I'm going to say it was probably right there, probably about 198. When I pulled them off, wrapped them in foil, got the rest of the dinner ready to go, and then just opened up the foil and set them on the cutting board, and this is what we got. That's how I did this cook, and they came out fabulous. These are beautiful. We're going to eat so good tonight. Wasn't that hard, you know. Like I always say, you could do this too. Thank you for watching. Until next time, grill on, my friends.